There's an old adage that people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And one of the vital elements of drawing new learners into your world is showing people who you are. They need to see you, that's the know bit. They need to warm to you in a personal way and want to spend time with you, that's the like bit. And they need to believe that you're credible, that's the trust bit. One of the best ways to do this is through video. So keep watching and I'll give you some ideas for how you can leverage video to bring more people to your door and have more of them reaching into their pockets to pay you. Are you ready? Let's go. If this is the first time we're meeting, I'm Jo Gakonga. I've been in ELT for over 30 years as a teacher, a CELTA trainer and assessor, an MAT Soul tutor, and now with my own business at elttraining.com, where I make and sell video-based training material for teachers at all stages of their careers. As well as the self-access courses that I sell, I also run an 8-week video creation for educators program that helps teachers learn to make high quality video and make money with the skills that they've got. And I'm passionate about this because I've seen in my own case and with other teachers that this can be such a positive way to bring people into your world. Okay, let's start by talking a bit about video in general and how it outperforms image or text. You can just try Googling this and you'll find lots of examples of marketing organisations who've done like-for-like comparisons of video-based ads versus image-based ads. And while they're always quick to say that image has a place, the statistics always point to video. People pay more attention to video than text or images. They spend longer watching video. Video makes things clearer and it's more likely, this is the important one I suppose, to generate leads. This probably isn't all that surprising to you. Think about what you prefer. Text can be very persuasive and it's great for search engine optimization, but someone's got to spend the time and effort to read it. And in this scroll happy world, you're often not going to get people to give you that much time. How many text blogs do you read? Images can be great and they can draw people in, especially if the images are of you when you're selling a service. But video is the one. And you, in a video, when you're trying to get new customers to teach, is the real key. In our industry, we tend to be selling on a very personal level. People are going to choose a teacher who they feel comfortable with. And even when they're buying an online pre-recorded course where they actually won't have any interaction with the teacher, they're still buying into the fact that they want to spend time with you on some level. If you can show them who you are, you're much more likely to win their trust and make them want to buy from you. Okay. Let's assume that you're with me on the point that video is king. You might be thinking that not all video is king, and you'd be right. So what is it about the videos that you make that's going to engage your viewer, make them want to keep watching and spend more time with you? Stop me for a minute. Think of one thing that makes you want to keep watching, do it now. Got one? Well, I've got 5 ideas for you here. So see if these resonate with you and if I mention the idea that you had. Number 1 is the quality of your video. Now, look, it's easy to say that we shouldn't judge by appearance, but the truth is that as people, we all do. The psychology is clear on this. You've got literally milliseconds to make that first impression. And if you're selling a service, people will very quickly judge how professional you are by how professional you look. Is your video high quality, including the elements of image, text and other video and good audio that people have grown to expect? The good news is that this is easy to achieve using editing software. I've used Camtasia for over a decade and I really like it. But there are lots of other free options like CapCut or iMovie if you're a Mac user. I'd also really recommend Canva for making wonderfully professional thumbnails and title pages. It's got a fabulous range of images and video too, especially if you get the pro version. Number 2, the content. So your video has to look the part because otherwise it's unlikely that people will give you their attention for more than, a few seconds. But however good it looks, they won't give you their attention for any amount of time if the content isn't useful for them. So you need to think about 3 things here. The first is how you're going to hook them in at the beginning. What are you going to say that will keep them watching? Next, you need to think about what they will leave with, which is useful. What's the meat of the lesson? What are you actually trying to get across? This might be the message that you're a fantastic teacher and they should sign up for your classes, but it might also be useful material that's going to make them want to follow you on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, so that they think about you first when they need the kind of services that you're offering. A really useful thing to think about here is that narrative, a storyline, is very powerful for getting people to engage. This might be as simple as 5 ideas for making a good video. See what I've done there? But a cohesive, coherent structure is key. And finally, you want a call to action, usually at the end. Tell them what you want them to do. Follow you, visit your website, sign up for your course or free material. Be clear about this. Number 3, that's important, is that your personality needs to show through. You need to find a way to show you through the camera lens. The best you on a good day. Some people like to imagine that they're meeting someone for the first time who they want to impress, like in a job interview or on a first date perhaps. Think about what that looks like. You've paid some attention to your appearance, you're bright and attentive, you're probably a bit more animated than you are in normal life. These things tend to make people want to keep watching. And there are good psychological reasons for this. You know that feeling when you're watching some of those horrible accidents on YouTube and you actually wince. That's the handiwork of mirror neurons, specialized information messengers in our brains that activate when we watch someone experience an emotion. So if you convey excitement and hope and fun and anticipation in your video content, it's literally contagious, and it's going to inspire that like, know and trust that we want. You might also want to put some thought into how close you are to the camera. If you're very close, it gives a more intimate feeling. If you're further away, people can see more of you and your background, and it can make for a more relaxed feeling. Remember that what you wear and your background also says something about you. There's no right or wrong here, but it is worth thinking about the impression that you want to make and making conscious, informed decisions. You don't want your washing behind you. Number 4, your authenticity. Now, I think this relates to the point before, but if you want to relate to your audience and bring them into your world, authenticity shows. You have to be yourself, because it's going to be very obvious to your audience if you don't sound and look genuine. Now, this sounds easy, but it's actually really not. When we're confronted with a camera and a lens, it's easy to go into performance mode, and that doesn't work so well to make people like and trust you. You need to be confident and clear, but you've got to be the real you. A trick here is to look into the camera and really believe, know that they're there, that your audience are there, because they will be. It's just a matter of a time lag, actually. Think about the people that you watch on YouTube. What engages you about them? Now, there are a few that I watch, not because I'm interested in what they say, but just because I like them. And that's what you're aiming for. Number 5, consistency. Having said all of this, the truth of this game is that consistency beats quality every time. It's not enough to do it once. You need to keep doing it week on week, month on month, time after time. People have short memories, and you need to remind them again and again. Hopefully you'll find that making video is creative and interesting, and you're going to want to make more and more. I do. So there are my 5 ideas. Was yours in there? Did you have anything else? Anything there that resonates or gives you a bit of an aha light bulb moment? I hope I've convinced you, but I know that there's a huge barrier for most people between knowing that this is a good idea and actually putting yourself out there on video. I can almost see you squirming in your chair at the very idea. Trust me, I know about this. If there's something that you don't really want to do, we all tend to keep kicking it down the road. I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. There are a couple of things that it's worth remembering that help a bit. The first is my very favourite: done is better than perfect. And in fact, you're never going to make that perfect video. There are some that I look back on and I'm happier than with others. And there are others that I still cringe at, but it's never perfect. The other thing to remember is that anything you do repeatedly and mindfully, you'll get better at. So it doesn't matter how rubbish you think your videos are at first, they'll get better, but you have to learn. So you have to keep making more. If you look at all of the big YouTuber names, their videos look so professional and polished, but if you scroll down to the beginning of their careers, they look a lot less polished. Trust me, and mine certainly do. Even with those thoughts, it can be hard to get going. And if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed or stuck, I can help. As I mentioned at the beginning, I run an 8-week group program called Video Creation for Educators, which pretty much does what it says on the tin. It helps educators like you make video so that you can make more money from the skills that you've already got. It's a supportive, motivating atmosphere that will give you skills and help you feel confident in front of the camera, making fantastic video and edit it to make it look really professional. Every week you'll make a new video, very short, 1 or 2 minutes, and we'll discuss it in small groups. What went well? What do you want to work on next time? You'll learn from and be inspired by your peers. I promise you, you honestly will. And it's tailored to your context. So by the end, you'll have video that you can actually use, whether that's for explaining to new students how you can help them, or whether it's drawing them in with content marketing on social media, or whether it's making online courses that you can sell while you sleep. It's all possible. I hope that that's been useful, and I've convinced you that video can be a really powerful way to bring in new learners. And I look forward to seeing you at ELT training. Thanks for watching.